Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking an in-depth look at several animals at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park. One of the real highlights has to be the sea lions, found in their impressive habitat called Point Lobos. These are Californian sea lions, a species native to the west coast of North America, ranging from Alaska down to Mexico. They're incredibly adaptable animals, thriving in coastal environments where there's plenty of fish to hunt. What really stands out here is the enclosure itself. Point Lobos is actually one of the largest purpose-built sea lion habitats in the world, featuring 2 large lakes with sandly beaches, rocky outcrops and even caves, designed to mirror their natural environment. The main pool alone is 70 metres long and over 3 metres deep, holding millions of litres of salt water, giving the sea lions plenty of space to swim, dive and show off their natural behaviours. They are really built for the water. Sea lions can stay submerged for up to 10 minutes and reach speeds of around 20 miles an hour, making them powerful and agile swimmers. It's not just about speed, they're also incredibly playful and social animals. You'll often see them barking, which has earned them the nickname sea wolves, as well as splashing, diving and interacting with others around the pool. Yorkshire Wildlife Park has even successfully welcomed sea lion pups here, which is a great sign that the animals are thriving in this environment. Overall, the sea lions are a mix of energy, personality and conservation messaging. Definitely one of the must-sees when visiting the park. One of the most powerful and unforgettable animals here at Yorkshire Wildlife Park has to be the tiger. The park is home to the Amur tiger, also known as the Siberian tiger, which is the largest big cat in the world. Native to the forests of eastern Russia and parts of China, these incredible animals are built for cold, harsh environments, with thick fur and powerful bodies designed for survival. What really stands out here is the quality of the habitat. The tiger enclosure is one of the largest in Europe, giving them plenty of room to roam, explore and display natural behaviours, something that's absolutely vital for such a wide-ranging predator. Amur tigers are solitary animals in the wild, capable of covering huge distances in search of prey like deer and wild boar. Despite their size, they are surprisingly stealthy, using camouflage and patience to get as close as possible before launching a powerful attack. Here at the park you'll often see them pacing quietly, resting in shaded areas, or occasionally showing bursts of energy as they move through their territory. There's a real sense of calm and power about them. But beyond their beauty there's an important message. Amur tigers are endangered, with only a few hundred left in the wild due to habitat loss and poaching. So seeing them here isn't just impressive, it's a reminder of why conservation work is so important. Another fantastic animal here at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park is the camel. Perfectly built for life in some of the harshest environments on earth. These are typically bacterian camels, easily recognised by their 2 humps. Unlike their single humped relatives, bacterian camels are native to the cold deserts of Central Asia, where temperatures can swing from freezing winters to scorching summers. These humps aren't filled with water as people think, they actually store fat, which the camel can convert into energy when food is scarce. This allows them to survive long periods without eating, making them incredibly resilient animals. They're also specially adapted to desert life, with their thick coats for insulation, long eyelashes to keep sand out, and wide padded feet to stop them sinking into the soft ground. Despite their tough appearance, camels are surprisingly calm and social animals. Here at the park you'll often see them slowly wandering, resting together, or chewing in a relaxed, almost laid-back way. Historically, camels have been vital to human life, used for transport, carrying goods across deserts and even providing milk and wool. Today, wild bacterian camels are actually considered critically endangered, with only a small proportion remaining in parts of Asia. So seeing them here isn't just interesting, it's a chance to appreciate that animals are not only unique but in need of protection. One of the true stars at Yorkshire Wildlife Park have to be the polar bears. This is home to the Project Polar, the largest purpose-built polar habitat. It really is something special. The species you'll find here are polar bears, the largest land carnivore on Earth. Adult males can weigh over 600 kilograms despite their size. They are incredibly powerful, agile, and perfectly adapted for life in the Arctic. Everything about a polar bear is built for its survival in extreme cold. Their thick fur isn't white, it's actually transparent, reflecting light to help them blend in with the snow and ice. Underneath, they have black skin, which can help them absorb heat from the sun, and a thick layer of fat that can be over 10 centimetres deep, keeping them insulated in freezing temperatures. Here at the park, what really stands out is just how much space they have. Project Polar spans a huge area, with large lakes, grassy sections, and plenty of room to roam. It's designed not just to look impressive, but to encourage natural behaviours, whether it's swimming, exploring, or simply resting. And swimming is something polar bears are incredibly good at. In the wild, they can swim for miles between ice floes, using their large front paws like paddles. Watching them here in the water is often a highlight. They move with surprising grace, almost effortlessly gliding through the lake. Polar bears are also highly intelligent animals. In the wild, they rely on patience and problem solving to hunt seals, often waiting by breathing holes for hours at a time. That level of intelligence means they need stimulation, which is why enrichment plays a big part here, like hidden food, objects to investigate, all help to keep them mentally active. Despite their strength, polar bears are actually under serious threat. Climate change is causing Arctic ice to melt, which directly impacts their ability to hunt and survive. As the ice disappears, so does their access to food, making it harder for population to sustain themselves. That's where places like Yorkshire Wildlife Park play an important role. Not only do they provide a safe and spacious environment for the bears whom they care for, they also raise awareness about the challenges these animals face in the wild. The park has also been involved in rescuing polar bears from different situations, giving them a second chance in a habitat that's designed for their needs. It adds another layer of meaning when you see them here. It's not just about observation, it's about conservation and care. When you're watching them, there's something quite humbling about it. Whether they're pacing along the edge of the water, diving in the lake, or just resting in the sun, there's a real sense of power and calm at the same time. They are not the most active animals all the time, but when they do move, you really notice it. And even when they're still, there's something captivating about their sheer presence. For many visitors, the polar bears are the highlight of the entire park, and it is easy to see why. They combine strength, beauty, and an important conservation story all in one place. If you're visiting the park, this is definitely not one to miss. most iconic animals you'll find at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park is the lion, often known as the king of the jungle, although in reality they're more at home in the savannah. Here at the park you'll see impressive African lions, a species that once roamed across much of Africa, parts of Europe and even Asia. Today their range is far more limited and they are considered vulnerable in the wild. What makes the lion truly unique among big cats is their social structure. Unlike tigers or leopards, lions live in groups called prides, usually made up of related females, their cubs, and a smaller number of males. This teamwork gives them a great advantage when it comes to hunting and protecting their territory. At the Yorkshire Wildlife Park, the habitat is designed to reflect that natural environment, with plenty of open space, grassy areas and places to rest, which gives you a great chance to see how they interact as a group. Male lions are instantly recognisable by their manes, which not only make them look larger and more intimidating, but they serve as protection during fights. Each mane is slightly different. It can give clues to the lion's age and health. In terms of behaviour, lions are quite relaxed for most of the day. They can spend up to 20 hours sleeping or resting, conserving energy for when it really matters. So don't be surprised if you found them lounging in the sun. It's completely natural. But when they are active, it's a completely different story. Lions are powerful predators, capable of bringing down large prey such as zebras and wildebeest. Lionesses usually do most of the hunting, working together with coordination and strategy to get close, before launching a short, explosive chase. It's one of the most unforgettable things about lions is their roar. It can be heard for up to 5 miles away, and it's used to communicate with other members of the pride and to warn off rivals. If you're lucky enough to hear it, it really is something special. Sadly, lions face increasing challenges in the wild, including habitat loss and conflict with humans. Their numbers have declined significantly over the past few decades, making conservation efforts even more important than ever. And that's why seeing them here isn't just about their strength and beauty, it's also a reminder of the need to protect them for future generations, whether they're resting together, interacting as a pride, or simply watching over their territory. Lions have a presence that's hard to ignore. They are powerful, social and incredibly iconic, without doubt one of the standout animals here at the Another incredible animal here at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park is the rhinoceros, an impressive example of strength, resilience and conservation. The park is home to the Indian rhinoceros, also known as the one-horned rhino. Native to the grasslands and forests of India and Nepal, the species is instantly recognisable for its thick armour-like skin and single horn, which can grow up to 60 centimetres long. That skin isn't actually armour, but it folds in a way that provides incredible protection, almost like natural plating. Indian rhinos are herbivores, mainly feeding on grasses, leaves, fruits and branches. Despite their size, and they can weigh over a ton, they're surprisingly agile and can move quickly when needed, reaching speeds of up to 30 kilometres an hour over short distances. Here at their park, their enclosure is designed to mimic their natural environment, with plenty of space to roam, mud wallows and water areas. Mudding is an important part of a rhino's life. It helps protect their skin from insects and the sun while keeping them cool in warmer months. You'll often see them wallowing or rubbing against trees to scratch themselves, which is not only functional but a form of enrichment. Indian rhinos are generally solitary animals in the wild, although mothers and calves stay together for several years. At Yorkshire Wildlife Park you can sometimes observe subtle social interactions, like gentle nudges or parallel grazing, which also gives insight to their calm yet powerful personalities. Conservation is a huge part of the rhino story. Indian rhinos were once nearly extinct due to hunting and habitat loss, but thanks to protected reserves and conservation programs, their numbers are slowly recovering. Seeing them here helps raise awareness on the importance of protecting this species, and also protecting all species of rhino around the world. Watching these magnificent animals, you can't help but be impressed by their combination of strength, grace and resilience. The Indian rhino is truly one of the standout residents at the park, and a reminder of the incredible diversity of wildlife at Yorkshire Wildlife Park. One of the cutest and most engaging animals here at Yorkshire Wildlife Park are the Wallabies, and this visit is extra special because they have joys. These are typically red-necked wallabies, native to Australia. Wallabies are the smaller relatives of kangaroos, perfectly adapted for hopping across grasslands and forest edges. Their strong hind legs and long tails help them to balance and move quickly when needed. Here at the park, the wallabies have a spacious, naturalistic enclosure that allows them to graze, hop and explore just like they would in the wild. It's always fantastic to watch them interact socially. They're curious, alert, and often nibble or gently play with each other. The joys are a real highlight. Newborn wallabies are tiny at birth, only the size of a jelly bean, and they spend their first several months developing in their mother's pouch. Visitors can sometimes see them peeking out, clinging to their mothers, or curiously exploring the surroundings as they grow. It's a wonderful glimpse of the early stages of life for these marsupials. Wallabies are herbivores, mainly feeding on grasses, leaves and shoots. Even though they're smaller than kangaroos, they have the same efficient digestive system that can survive on a variety of vegetation. Watching them hop and graze together, it's easy to appreciate how agile and well adapted they are. Having joys here in the enclosure also highlights the park conservation and breeding efforts. Breeding programs like this help maintain healthy populations in captivity, providing education about the species and their wild relatives in Australia. Overall, the wallabies are charming, lively and a must-see for visitors, and seeing their little joys adds an extra touch of magic, reminding us of the wonder of new life in the animal kingdom. Another stunning resident here at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park is the leopard, one of the most elegant and elusive big cats in the world. These are Amur leopards, a critically endangered species native to Russia's Far East and parts of China. They are incredibly agile and solitary hunters, perfectly adapted to stealth and speed. Their beautiful spotted coat not only looks amazing but provides excellent camouflage in forested habitats. At the park, the leopard's enclosure is designed with plenty of trees, rocks and climbing structures, allowing them to develop natural behaviours like stalking, climbing, observing from natural and high vantage points. Despite their relatively small size compared to lions or tigers, leopards are extremely strong and can carry prey much heavier themselves up trees, a remarkable demonstration of their power and skill. Seeing these cats at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park is a rare treat. They are one of the world's most beautiful and endangered predators. Another Another fascinating and unusual resident here at Yorkshire Wildlife Park is the maned wolf, instantly recognisable by its long slender legs and reddish fur with distinctive black mane. Native to the grasslands and savannas of South America, particularly in Brazil, these wolves are the tallest of their species in the world. Despite their name, they aren't true wolves. They're a unique species all of their own, adapted for life in open habitats. Maned wolves are omnivores, feeding on a mixture of fruits, small animals and insects. Their long legs help them see over tall grasses while hunting, giving them a great vantage point to spot prey and keep an eye out for danger. At the park, they're often seen exploring or standing tall to survey their surroundings. They are shy, and solitary nature makes them rare and an intriguing animal to observe. With a calm but alert presence, they're fascinating to watch. Seeing a maned wolf here at the park is a real treat, giving visitors a chance to appreciate a species that is truly unique and increasingly vulnerable in the wild. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel.